That night, I tossed and turned in pain on the bed of a cheap motel, unable to sleep. Finally, I made it to dawn and practically crawled out to hail a taxi, heading straight to the hospital. However, the medical level of this world couldn't identify the cause of genetic collapse syndrome, let alone treat it. The doctor could only prescribe me some painkillers to ease the symptoms. I carried the medicine bag to complete the hospitalization procedures. Every step felt like walking on a knife's edge, and I looked utterly miserable. Suddenly, a mocking voice came through. "Isn't this Miss Ferguson?" I turned around and saw two former colleagues exchange a glance before walking toward me. I remembered them. They were two employees from the neighboring department, always holding a grudge against me. One of them asked hypocritically, "Why are you at the hospital alone? Where's Mr. Hamilton? Didn't he come with you?" The other sneered and said, "With her? What are you thinking? Haven't you seen the news? Mr. Hamilton's lover is back. Who would care about this imposter?" The first person added, "Exactly. She used connections to get into the company before. Now that her support is gone, shouldn't she get lost?" I clenched the medicine bag in my hand, my nails almost digging into my palm. When I joined the company, I worked tirelessly to prove my abilities, and everyone could see the results I achieved. But in their eyes, I will always just be someone who relied on a man to climb up. On top of that, Caleb never publicly acknowledged me, which only reinforced my unrecognized status in their eyes. Before, out of respect for Caleb, these people only dared to talk about me behind my back. Now, they openly insult me to my face without hesitation. But the intense pain made it hard for me to even stand straight, let alone argue back. I could only lower my head and try to walk around them. One of them said, "Why aren't you talking? Did we hit the mark?" The two of them deliberately blocked my way, speaking in an even harsher tone. The other said, "Without Mr. Hamilton, what are you? Did you really think you were somebody? Does she need to report to you?" Suddenly, a cold male voice interrupted. The three of us were stunned at the same time. Turning my head, I saw Caleb standing not far away, frowning tightly with a very unpleasant expression. The two colleagues instantly changed their expressions and didn't dare to speak anymore. Caleb walked over, his gaze coldly sweeping over the two of them. He said, "Is the company's project finished? You're so free to come to the hospital and gossip about others. Do you need me to call your supervisor for a chat?" The two turned pale with fright, and one of them quickly said, "No need, Mr. Hamilton will leave right away." Immediately, they almost fled. Caleb's gaze returned to me. However, his gaze showed no hint of softness, instead filled with even more impatience. Caleb asked me, "Isabella, was I not clear enough yesterday? I told you to get lost and not appear in front of me again. What do you mean by this now?" I wanted to explain that this was just a coincidence, but my throat was so dry I couldn't make a clear sound. His gaze shifted downward. When he caught sight of the medicine bag in my hand, he frowned deeply. Caleb asked, "What medicine are you holding? Are you really sick?" In that moment, I almost had an absurd illusion. Maybe he still cared about me a little. I struggled to lift my hand, wanting to pass him some of the painkillers I was holding, but my movement was interrupted by an urgent voice. "Caleb." Phoebe walked out of the nearby consultation room, her face slightly pale. She was holding her chest with one hand, coughing softly twice. Seeing this, Caleb's attention was instantly drawn completely to her. He immediately turned to her and asked with concern, "Phoebe, how are you? What did the doctor say? Are you still feeling unwell?" Phoebe said weakly, "It's nothing. I just caught a bit of a cold." As she spoke, she coughed weakly a few more times. However, her gaze passed over Caleb's shoulder and landed precisely on me. Phoebe smiled ever so faintly. It was a fleeting, almost imperceptible smile, filled with extreme mockery and smugness. She seemed to be saying, "See, the one he cares about will always be me." Caleb said with concern, "You're coughing and still saying you're fine. Come on, I'll take you to the ward to rest first." After saying that, he hurriedly left with Phoebe without looking back at me or asking me anything. Once again, I was completely left behind, like a ridiculous backdrop. Even though I already knew what choice Caleb would make, I couldn't help but hold on to hope every time. In the end, I deserve it.